Hey guys, Languagehacker here. I got a really cool deck for you today. A deck that I actually thought was a pretty big meme, and I actually played it the other day on ladder, and it went awfully. And then I came back the next day, played it a bunch, and it turned out to actually be pretty good. It's very complicated. There's a lot of micro decisions, which I love in decks because it makes me feel like I have agency, and it's also very cool. And it's using new cards. This archetype did not exist before Voyaged in the Second City. So let's take a look at Shadow Realm Shellfish. I guess I'm calling it. Now, the reason I'm calling it Shadow Realm is because we are sending our opponents to the Shadow Realm with how many shellfish we're throwing at them. Now, what does that mean? Selfish Shellfish is this card here. It's a 4-mana 7/7, haha, with a death rattle that says your opponent draws 2 cards. Well, if one of these dies, your opponent draws 2 cards. If 2 of them dies, your opponent draws 4 cards, and so on and so forth. So this deck is built around making a bunch of shellfish, selfish shellfish, to be clear, and then of the minions that have died this game. That still does not draw enough. As a result, we're throwing in a Bran, thinking with portals here. But Languagehacker, Bran and Xyrella cost 11 mana together. How do you do this if you're not on the coin? I'm glad you asked. We are running Priestess Volish as well. If you go Bran, any spell, 1 mana spell or 0 mana spell, and then Priestess Volish. Volish refreshes mana back. So you have Bran on board, -3 mana. Volish gives you 2 mana back with any 1 mana spell. So you play 4 mana, get 2 mana back, so you're at -2 mana, which means if you're at 10 mana, -2 is enough to play Xyrella. Don't worry about the math. Basically, Bran, Volish, a spell, and Xyrella works. And if you play multiple spells on a turn, you get more mana back with Volish, which means that you can play Xyrella even technically earlier. Basically, it works. Now, what else do we do in this deck? Well, we have to draw a crap ton of cards. So we're running Switcheroos, 2 of them. We're running Handmaidens. We're running Amulet of the Undying, Amulet of Undying, so that we can res the Selfish Shellfish. That will surely lead us to victory. We have some cheap removal. We have some Smites. We have 1 of Netherdrake. I was running 2 and it felt a little bit too heavy. Ruin for those pesky Druids that drop 10 Naga Giants. Xyrella, because this is one of the best cards in Standard for Priest. To support Xyrella and the card draw, we're running Cheap Healing, Desperate Prayer, Gift of the Nara, which draws and also heals and removes with Xyrella. Whispers of the Deep, this is a new card as well. Silence a friendly minion, then deal damage equal to its attack, randomly split among all enemy minions. This is really good. Shellfish, 4 mana 7/7, 1 mana, deals 7 AoE. Very good at clearing boards. But Hacker, then your opponent's not drawing 2 cards. Trust me, when you do the combo, they will be taking like 200 damage in fatigue. So don't worry about denying 2 cards. It's better to reduce the amount of cards your opponent has, because then you get to draw your cards faster than they draw theirs, and then you kill them. We have 1 copy of a Shroud Ritual here. I was running 2 the previous day, and I realized that this is a very slow card. Very, very, very slow. And it's nice to have extra selfish shellfishes. It's nice to have extra shellfish, but this reduces the consistency of the deck. So I don't think including 2 is good. I think 1 is still good because you still need a critical mass of shellfish. Generally, 5 shellfish in the pool will kill your opponents very consistently with Xyrella and Bran, because then your opponent draws 20 cards. And generally, when you start counting fatigue damage, I believe 8 fatigue draws is lethal. That's so 7 fatigue draws is 28 damage, and 8 will get you to 36, which kills most decks. Sometimes you need a bit more for druids and whatnot. So when you're doing the math on how many things need to die, you need them to draw fatigue 8 times. And don't forget the draw that they're doing on their turn at the start of the turn, because you could end your turn and let that final draw on their turn kill them. So 8 draws. I'll let you do the selfish shellfish math, and I'll show you, of course, a few games so that you can understand what the math kind of looks like. Is there anything else I'm looking at here that I forgot to mention? We have some tradables, obviously. Shroud of the Nara, Amulet of the Undying. You don't need to upgrade this. You can just keep it as a 3-mana shellfish. Again, it depends on the matchup. Sometimes you need more for tempo. Sometimes you need to fatigue them more. And that's kind of flexible based on how the game plan is going. Thrive is also another card to just cycle through your deck. I think we've kind of gone through everything. You need to be pretty careful with your removal. And Illuminate is... Ooh, Illuminate is really good. Mulligans. Keep Illuminate. Illuminate's very good. Keep Thrive. Keep Switcheroo. Keep Handmaiden. Cards that let you start doing more stuff. That let you draw more cards, which then lets you draw more cards, and so on and so forth. Illuminate on turn 1 into like Switcheroo is... Mwah, perfect. You love to see it. Don't be afraid to tempo stuff out. Like, sometimes it's fine if you're not silencing a Shellfish, if it's a tempo matchup where you need to play it and kind of hit your opponent in the head, or help remove, you know, like early Pirates against some of the other tempo decks, or mechs against Mage. So the deck has a lot of flexibility in how it can play. I've won before just playing 7/7s and hitting my opponents in the head. That's absolutely an option. But outside of that, there's a lot of different ways you can play out these games. And I'm going to show you, I think, 3 games that highlight a few different game plans that the deck can do so that you're aware of what you need to be doing. Now, this is a difficult deck. I did go positive with this. I was 60%. But the deck is complicated. So if you start losing a few games first, it takes a bit of time to kind of get used to the flow of things and understanding what you need to be doing. Yeah. Also, if you have stuff to do, just as a general tip, if you have stuff to do with your mana on turns 2 and 3 in your hand, don't just slam Illuminate on turn 1, because you could hold this for a turn where you think you do not have mana to spend. Because holding this means that you can change what you want to put on top later, and it also lets you have a 0 mana card for Handmaiden. So if you don't have a Handmaiden in hand, but you have other stuff to do, you can hold the Illuminate for the time when you draw the Handmaiden, so you can start juicing up the Handmaiden Battlecry so that you can actually draw off of it. Oof. Also, sometimes you have to break up the combo, because we all know that cards don't always come in the right order, so you can do cool stuff. You can brand the Handmaiden, draw 6 cards if you need some stuff. Brand Lightmaw Netherdrake, blow up a board. Brand Zyrella works too. You get it. Battle cries get doubled. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy these games. They were incredibly fun for me to play out. I hope they're fun to watch, and let me know how the deck is doing for you on ladder. Happy climbing. What the fuck I'm doing. So after that happens, I don't think we'll see Druids overcommit into a Shadow Word Ruin like they have been. Keep the switcher, toss the other 2. I'm gonna start making a sandwich.
Job's done.
Handmaiden in an opening hand, not bad. Thrive, switch.
Just resting my eyes.
I'm drawing a lot of spells here. Let's take an amulet, we can trade that. That looked like a while ago. Okay, we have the Shellfish with the Twister. I don't have a good way to spend mana here. That's pretty bad. I really don't have a good way to spend mana here. That's very bad. If I lose, it's because this turn I didn't do anything. I could go Desperate Prayer Handmaiden. And you know what? I think I do that. I think it's very important to spend cards. Spend mana, rather. Because this matchup gets close. Hey, Zimithio's going. This can now contest the Miracle Growth, which is very good. Not play the other one that's a 7/7. The 7/1 was one. It was not active. It was 2 off. You and I must fight to survive. How do I deal 1? Good question. Smite is an option. Time has come to make things right. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, okay, okay. So I could silence. Is that worth it for me? It might actually be worth it. I dump hand a little bit. I get to play an Asharan ritual. I can play the ritual anyways. But I limit their board space, which is kind of funny. They have no way of buffing this. Which means Onyxia gets worse, Scale gets worse. It might actually be okay to do that. Alternatively, what am I doing? Trading the shard and then playing the ritual, which is very similar. No, you know what? I like it. I like it. It also lets me hit them in the head, which makes Gift of the Naru Zarella a better wombo combo. 2 Shellfish, guys. Don't forget to keep count.
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
This heals 3, 6, 9. I can dredge first.
What is
I have 1 amulet, the small one at the bottom of my deck. And a Lightmon Nether Drake. I don't care about the Nether Drake. So I could heal. I could heal, which lets me keep a 7/7. Or I could play the Ritual, which lets me keep 2 7/7s. The difference is 7 face damage, which is irrelevant. We actually have lethal on turn 9. Do we have lethal now? No, no, no. 'Cause I'm happy. How many shells are we at? We played 1. We copied 1. Are we at 4? We're at 4. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I walked into something.
From the smallest seed.
Because I'm happy.
Fabrics fit for her majesty.
I have to keep the shard. Otherwise it's not lethal. I need 2 1-mana spells to get enough mana back for the Zarella. I actually don't have board space, but if I don't have board space, they die, so it's fine. Oh no, an Ivan's. Oh no, gain 24. Oh no, gain 48. Four, five, six. Six, they draw 24 plus their natural draw. 24 plus their natural draw. So they draw 19. That's roughly lethal. All right, now I can finally make my sandwich.
Only one card left. Where'd my
Mouse? Oops, it's fine. You guys know it did like a million. Oh, I love me a warrior. Well, let's keep one Illuminate. Do I keep Whispers of the Deep? Whispers of the Deep is great if I have the Shellfish, but otherwise it's not. So let's just keep the Illuminate. Excellent! This is the only card that's literally unplayable the entire game, so it's good. Good to have it. If you don't play Wild Mawson, you could disenchant everything that rotated. I think what 3 sets rotated? Ashes of Outlands, Skullman's Academy, and the third one. I currently don't have a turn 2, so I'm gonna look for something to do. Lamau. Do I want to play this? I don't need to play this. There's no minions I would play on turn 2. So I hold this in hand so that I can buff a Handmaiden.
Grab your cutlass. Let's buckle swash.
Let's see, what do I take?
What does that mean, Big Blue Bottle? Like Billy and Ted. I still understand what you're asking for. You played some weird piece that played 2 switchers and never played the minions? Oh. It could be a, I also lost. If I draw a Holy Spell, we're okay, but... If I draw Desperate Prayer... I mean, Desperate Prayer is good no matter what, but... A holy spell is what I need here. Nice, I died. Disaster. This one's a 1-1, so we're not playing that one. This fight's for board. This is unfortunate. We had 2 switcheroos, and then we drew a minion and the hero. Double switcheroo is insane, but you need stuff to support. That seems like a very good draw. The game seems to have ended. Unlucky. Why not Vosh last turn to contest? If I Vosh, I won't be able to win this matchup. Warrior does not draw enough for Zyrella to kill. So yeah, I could try to contest. I have played this matchup enough times that I don't think that's going to win. Okay, Gift doesn't clear this, which is really fucking unfortunate. Gift into Desperate Prayer?
What is a loon's will?
Fucking hilarious. Well, we're not going for Brand Zyril anymore, because that's not going to work. Unless the brand sticks somehow, which seems unlikely. Does being bad legendaries epics make more sense? It can, but generally the wild stuff is better if you don't like playing wild. How often do you play wild, Mawson? That's a good question.
Put your dukes up, small fry. In a box? Pirated stuff.
Have I tried the new Thinking Man's deck? No. That deck looks not fun, and I'm not going to encourage other people to play it either. That was not what I wanted to draw here. I could play it and draw, actually. How bad is that? Fine.
Leave me to my work.
Okay.
Put your dukes up, small fry.
Yeah, some cards want NPC play, but it's possible that they'll buff some stuff. Over the past couple of years, they have been doing infrequent buffs, not just nerfs. It's very upsetting that they top like Pufferfist here. Seems very good against my board. My second fish. I need to draw the Whispers of the Deep.
Feel the sun bear down upon you.
Fuck, how many shellfish am I at? This is my second natural shellfish. Plus I rezzed one from the amulet, so that's 3. Okay, we're at 3 shellfish.
The Juggernaut is under my command.
Is Power Warrior the best deck right now? Power Warrior is one of the most consistent decks. I don't know if the best is the right word, but it is definitely a consistent one right now. I'm pretty sure I'm tempoing Brand because that never does anything. Which means I could actually Zyrella theoretically. Yeah. Okay. X marks the spot. Shit, how many shellfish am I at? I'm at 4. 2 died, 2 are on board. 2 died, 2 are on board. Noted. Dun dun dun, say it ain't so, I will not go. And whoever told me to play Volish for temp earlier, looks like you may have been right. Granted, the swing turn I got was a bit better, and that swing turn was only possible because I had it, but... Hey, they died. That's cool. Look at that. Tempo good. Nice. That was a really cool game. Let me marker that. We'll have my editor to cut out all the parts where I complain about my opponent. Alright, remember, have a good night. As always, thanks for hanging.
Elune give me strength.
I think against Mage on coin, I can keep a Whispers. Deckcode, thank you for the sub. It hasn't popped up yet, but I believe that it's there. I mean, I see the sub icon next to your name now, but for some reason it hasn't popped up yet. Yes, enjoy Bedge. Silent Storm. Thank you for the gifted sub. Fury Hunter, welcome to the Hack Pack, dude. Glad to have you here. Pog indeed. What the shit? There you go, Deckcode. Thanks for the 2 months as well. Look at that. If you come up with a better list, you'll be happy to share it. That's good, man. Thank you kindly. Chill. Thrive on 2. We have a Shadow and a Holy for another Drake. Is this Mech Mage that opted to go for tap instead? I guess you're not pinging too much with this deck. That's interesting. Yeah, it is. I don't coin switch through, we just do this. Out of my face. We can take the game slower if we kill that, so I'm actually gonna coin smite and then just switch through next turn. Philly Mage. I can kind of see it. You very rarely ping. To close out some games maybe, but it might be better to have like Hunter or tap. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Drake into Shellfish Whispers.
I could have sworn it went back together.
Error. Hot bucket.
So you can add the Sunken Super to hand.
Let's see what side of the bed I walk on.
We only have 3 healing right now with Zyrella. Could have more if stuff sticks on board, but that's probably a clear for later. Oh. You serious? We're favored to clear it. Let's just hope we don't get screwed. I can't use Iroll on this board. First of all, it summoned probably arguably the best two mechs. Two Mecha Sharks are better for me because they would have died. So they added 7 health on board and a fucking Mecha Shark threat. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? How scared am I of death? I can weave in a heal if I use the amulet instead of the Shellfish. I don't dredge this turn. I can dredge on the same turn I gift. I think Tightcreeper is a wise choice in this list. Too slow. Oh, do you mean in the Mage? It could be. I don't know. The Mage felt... It did feel like the Mage was a little bit off in some regards. I haven't thought about it too much. There might be a bit too much card draw. I think the Blizzards you don't want in that deck either. It's too much mana you're spending on stuff. The games are ending before the Blizzards matter. It could matter in some specific matchups, but I think most of the time you just want to be playing minis for tempo. I like this Heartkeeper better than Blizzards. I'd probably cut the Blizzards. So I don't have to Zyrel here. But what else am I doing then? I can smite a 3-2. Try to find Ritual. I'm in so much trouble. I'm losing this game. Like, I don't have to fucking clear this board if I'm not at 10 health. But they fucking got like 12 damage out of that stupid fucking shark. This was also not the right play, but I don't know what to do. I'm too tired. I've been playing too much today. Winning with this deck was... we're not winning via tempo. Gaia cleans up this board pretty easily. 30 attack Glug. Glug has been impressing me. I've been seeing some clips on Twitter that have been quite nice. 3 Shellfish right now. I need to hit like Switcheroo. My card draw's not there. Yeah, pretty much has to be Switcheroo. Cleric of Anshi is okay too. Maybe a gift. Yep. These trades are not correct. Wow, we actually hit the switcheroo? Holy shit. Suddenly winnable. I lose to second Gaia. I can't play around that, can I? I can't play around second Gaia. I just lose to second Gaia. So we do this, and we tempo Bran. It's very unlikely I can play the Handmaidens next turn, which means I need more tempo. If the next card is Gift, or... Gift. Yeah, I guess I lose. This wasn't even discovered, this was actually random, so that's nice. I actually went with Gift here. I might have lethal with Gift. One, two, three. Four. Five.
Tell me, Minnow, have you done as I asked?
Feel the sun bear down upon you.
Let's fucking go. Nutty. God, that was a cool game.